All right, Joe Bruin here with All Access Entertainment, and today it's the WWE Encyclopedia First Edition. As you can see, WWE Encyclopedia, the definitive guide to world wrestling entertainment. We're going to go over basically the book as a whole, check out the journey that I've taken with this book since it came out in 2008. Again, thank you as always for checking out our videos. If you have any comments, please comment, like, share. Would love to hear from you. If you have an encyclopedia yourself, who are some of your favorite stars that you got signed in there and whatever it may be. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page as well to keep those videos coming, and we appreciate all of your support. So we're going to open it up here to the first page. Look at that. The inside cover of the first edition encyclopedia. Got this signed for many years now. It's a once in a lifetime piece here, a very rare piece, and very tough to duplicate. You know, we've lost a lot of stars over the years. Now, as far as autographs go, obviously I didn't make a full list, unfortunately, and I just can't make out everybody, but I can certainly make out a bunch of them. So right here we have referee Scott Armstrong, former road agent and referee with WCW, WWE. Right over here we have Screamin' Norman Smiley, signed it as well. Let's see what else we got here. Davey O'Hannon, wrestled in the WWF for a short period of time. Former WWE diva Caitlyn. We have Heath Slater, who was a member of Nexus at the time of that autograph there. We even have Rick the Sign Guy, a legendary wrestling fan, dedicated more than most. Got him in here. Felt it was only right to include him. Right below him, you have Alberto Del Rio. Who else we have here? Let's see. Referee John Cone, been with the WWE for quite some time. There you have Bert Centeno, wrestled in the WWF as Bert Centeno, 1983 to 1997. Also wrestled in Puerto Rico and the Independence as El Mascarado. Right in the middle here, in the dark blue print, we have Butcher Vachon. Over here in the corner, we have the Sisters of Love, which is the Headbangers, and that was their gimmick that they did on Shotgun Saturday Night. Now, their names, looks like Sister Angelica and Mother Smucker, maybe? I'm not too sure. Not too sure what their individual names were. We have the 32nd ECW World Champion. Can't make out the autograph. I want to say it's Steve Corino. We have Tyler Rex, former WWE superstar. We also have J.J. Dillon, was with WWE from 1989 to 1996. Of course, former manager of the Four Horsemen. We have Paul Jones. Paul Jones was a legendary star in the Florida territory, among others. This symbol here, I believe, is low key, but I'm not positive. But I believe that is low key. Some of these I just can't make out, unfortunately. Up in the corner here, Tony Chimmel. Tony Chimmel, former ring announcer with the WWE. We have Ricardo Rodriguez, former WWE star as well. We've got the Duke of Dorchester, Pete Doherty. We have Darren Young, another member of Nexus at that period. We have Mike Chioda, 2012. And then if we flip the encyclopedia here, we have David Otunga. He wrote Google Me. And actually, I apologize. That is not Mike Chioda. That is actually Mike Graham, the late great Mike Graham, 2012. Also in here, McGillicuddy. That is actually Curtis Axel, the son of Mr. Perfect. That is Joe Henning. Over here we have the legendary Buddy Colt in here as well. The legendary late great Ox Baker. And we do have some other stars here who I'll have to spend some time just kind of, seeing if I can confirm who they are. We do have Marty Miller, who is now a WWE producer. He used to work Camera 4 from 1996 to 2010. One of the great cameramen of the WWE. We also have Aaron the Goose Mahoney, former WWE referee. We have Charles Robinson, Little H, another great referee with the World Wrestling Entertainment. There you have Kevin Von Erich of the legendary Von Erich family. Look at this one. Rick Derringer, the man who sang Hulk Hogan's theme song, I Am a Real American. I actually bumped into him in the Mohegan Sun Casino in Uncasville, Connecticut many years ago. Bumped into him in the elevator and had the book on me because I was there for the WWE, and he signed it for me. Very cool. And we'll move on. Oh, actually, if you look here, we also have Rosa Mendez, former WWE diva. Over here we have Sheamus. And we also have Wade Barrett on this first page of the encyclopedia. Not too sure who that is. I will have to look into that one. There you have a little synopsis. Vince McMahon. It's not a real autograph, just a printed autograph. Here we have the table of contents signed by Mankind. Here we go. We're going to get right into it. Creation of Devastation. Atom Bomb right there. There you have Ahmed Johnson from Pearl River, Mississippi. Have Alundra Blaze, former women's champion. Lex Luger signed the Allied Powers section. Portuguese Man o' War, Aldo Montoya. Albert, also known as A-Train. Alicia Fox. Several signatures here in this book. Here you have Ariel, Shelly Martinez. The legendary Savoldi family. There you see pictured Angelo Savoldi, the late great. Signed by Angelo, signed by Mario Savoldi, Tommy Savoldi, and Jumpin' Joe Savoldi. The whole Savoldi family represented. Very rare autographs right there. Moving to this page here, we have Brutus the Barber Beefcake, signed to the barber shop section. We also have the Barbarian and Bobby Heenan autographs. They're both pictured there, both signed the section. The late great Bobby Heenan. Over here we have Barry O, the brother of Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. Sign that. Got Barry Windham. Sign that there. Over here we have Beaver Cleavage autograph, who was one of the headbangers as well. Over here we have Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon. And moving down below we have Leaping Lanny Poffo. We have the late Big Bully Busick. The late Big Daddy V. Big Man Steel, who was also Typhoon with the World Wrestling Federation. Billy Kidman. Mr. Bob Backlund. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Right on the main page there. Bobby Lashley. Nikolai Volkov, the late great Nikolai Volkov. Sonny of the Body Donnas. The bra and panties match, you have Maria Kanellis. Autograph that one. Gold Dust. Signed his section here with Booker T. The Boogeyman. And then Booker T also signed it. The Hitman, Bret Hart. Signed his main page. And there you have Tully Blanchard of the Four Horsemen. Autographed as well. Diana Hart Smith, signed for her husband, the British Bulldog Davy Boy Smith. Signed right on his picture. Hall of Famer Gerald Briscoe. Both of the Bella twins, Nikki and Bree. We've got Gangrel of the Brood. We've got Brooke Tessmacher from the Extreme Expose. The living legend, the late great Bruno Sammartino, as well as the living legend Larry Zbyszko, his arch nemesis. Autographed by both. Brutus the Barber Beefcake on his main page. We've got B2, Bull Buchanan. Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, autographed on the Buddy Rogers page. Got Carlito. Rick Martel signed the Can-Am Connection page. And then we have Nova of the BWO. Autograph that. The legendary Carlos Colon, father of Carlito. And then we have Carlito's Cabana, signed by Carlito. Former WWE diva Cherry. The late great Chief J. Strongbow. Chief J. Strongbow also signed his main page. Y2J, Chris Jericho. The Masterpiece, Chris Masters. Christian. We've got Cody Rhodes. Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. Colin Delaney. Colonel Mustafa, also known as the Iron Sheik. There you have Zack Ryder. Billy Kidman in the cruiserweight section. Here you have Dangerous Danny Davis. Danny Doring from ECW. There you have Shane Douglas, signed the Dean Douglas section. Former WWE diva Dawn Marie. Former referee Dave Hebner. Axe of Demolition also signed it. Big Daddy Cool Diesel signed it Diesel and signed it as Kevin Nash. DDP Diamond Dallas Page. D.H. Smith, Harry Smith, the son of the British Bulldog. Over here we have D'Lo Brown. We have the original Doink the Clown, Matt Bourne. And we also have babyface Doink the Clown, Ray Apollo. Here you have Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. again. The Magnificent Don Morocco. Over here we have Dude Love. We also have Bubba Dudley and Devon Dudley. The Dream Team, autographed by Brutus Beefcake. So we've still got some autographs to collect in here as well, which is the fun of it. The late, great Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Had Vicky Guerrero sign her husband's page, Eddie Guerrero. There you have Edge, the R-rated superstar. And he also signed Edge and Christian, ENC. And Christian also signed it. There you have Eazy-E, Eric Bischoff. Evan Airborne. S.A. Rios, who was also known as Papi Chulo in the World Wrestling Federation. There you have different shows that took place over the years in the WWE/WWF. And here we have Jim Ross, autographed right over that picture there with he and Jerry Lawler. And then there you have Mean Gene Okerlund, the late great, autographed the report right there. Little segment he used to do. Over here we have the Fabulous Freebirds, Jimmy Jam Garvin. Moving on up, we have Kelly Kelly and Brooke Tessmacher from Extreme Expose. Moving over here, very rare placed autograph, the Executioners. A lot of people don't know that Nikolai Volkov was actually one of the Executioners for a short period of time. And so he signed that page for me. Over here we have Jacques Rougeau for the Rougeau brothers. We have Fit Finley. We have Make a Difference, Fatu. And we have another Superfly Jimmy Snuka autograph there in the finishers section, as well as Flash Funk. Over here we have the legendary Terry Funk. For the funeral parlor, we've got Paul Bearer signed. There you have the main page of the late great Mean Gene Okerlund. Gangrel, the leader of the Brood. The late great George, the Animal Steel. There you have the Godfather. Gilberg. The Glamour Girls, Judy Martin and Leilani Kai. There's a great shot of Howard Finkel dancing with the gobbledygooker, autographed by the late great Howard Finkel. Goldberg, signed at New England Fan Fest 5 right there. The Golden Terror, very rare autograph. It was actually the Duke of Dorchester, Pete Doherty, in a mask. There you have Gold Dust on his main page. Over here we have another great shot of Bobby Heenan, signed by Bobby Heenan. The chemistry with Bobby and Gorilla was just phenomenal. Hacksaw, Jim Duggan. Matt Hardy, version 1. Hardcore Holly. The late great Harley Race. Here you have Mosh and Thrasher, the Headbangers. You also have Fatu, Afa of the Wild Samoans, and Samu, all 3 members of the Headshrinkers. Dr. Harvey Whippleman. Once again, the Hitman Bret Hart, this time on the Hart Foundation page. Bobby the Brain Heenan signed it once again, this time on the Heenan family page. You also have the Heartthrobs, Romeo Roselli, and Antonio the Promise Thomas. The Doctor, Tom Pritchard of the Heavenly Bodies. Hillbilly Jim. Hillbilly Jim also signed the Hillbillies. The highlight reel, signed by Chris Jericho, once again. The Honky Tonk Man. Hornswoggle. And the late great Howard Finkel, right on his main page. Hulk Hogan. All these autographs were obtained by me in person over the years at many events. Whether it was WWE signings or Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame dinners, or the New England Fan Fest and the New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, official WWE autograph signings, Legends of the Ring, different wrestling conventions, you name it. There you have Greg Helms. Also signed it as the Hurricane. The Iron Sheik. Here you have the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, tag team champions. Dual signed. Ivory, former WWE diva. Jack Swagger. Jake the Snake Roberts. Jacqueline. Miss Jackie Gata. Here you have Jeff Jarrett. Jerry the King Lawler. Good old JR, Jim Ross. The late great Jim the Anvil Neidhart. James E. Cornette. The late Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. And right beside him, his daughter, Tamina Snuka. The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. There you have Jimmy Wang Yang. John Cena's page, autographed by his father, John Cena Sr. John Morrison. The Unpredictable, Johnny Rods. The Coach, Jonathan Coachman. There you have Judy Martin of the Glamour Girls. Kama, the Supreme Fighting Machine. Justin Incredible. Kane, the Big Red Machine. The Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. Kenny Dykstra. Kelly. The Olympian, Ken Patera. And the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. B. Brian Blair of the Killer Bees. Another Bobby the Brain Heenan. This time in the John Studd King Kong Bundy tag team page. Over here you have the King of the Ring section, autographed by King Booker. Here you have the Birdman, Coco Beware, side by side with Brian Clark, one half of the tag team known as Chronic. You also have Kofi Kingston, the bad guy, Razor Ramon, the martial arts expert Quang, Lance Storm, if I could be serious for a minute, there you have Road Warrior Animal of the Legion of Doom, Leilani Kai of the Glamour Girls, Leaping Lanny Poffo, the Pretty Boy Larry Sharp, the late great, the living legend Larry Zbyszko. There you have the narcissist Lex Luger, Lillian Garcia, Savio Vega signed the Los Pericos page. There we have the tag team of Lowdown, signed by Chaz Warrington and D'Lo Brown, both members. The late great Luna Vachon. The late great Mabel from Men on a Mission. And there you have the Machine, signed by Super Machine, which was Demolition Axe, and a super rare autograph, no pun intended, the late great Roddy Piper, Piper Machine. And when Roddy Piper signed it for me, he mentioned that that was the first time that anybody had ever asked him to sign that autograph. Pretty cool. There you have Marcus Corvan and Maria Kanellis. Marvelous Mark Merrow and Manu. Matt Hardy once again. The Mass Superstar, who was also Demolition Axe. The Maniac, Matt Bourne, the late great. Marty Jannetty. Mark Young. And Maurice. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, for the Mega Maniac section. And over here we have Max Moon, Paul Diamond, Tom Borick, was also Kato of the Orient Express. Here you have all three members of Men on a Mission. Mo, Oscar, Mabel, MOM, very rare. Melina as well. There you have the main page signed by Mankind, Mick Foley. Midian, Mickey James, Mike McGurk, former ring announcer with the WWF. Melina. Here you have the Ministry of Darkness section signed by both Gangrel and Midian. Stacy Carter, the cat, Miss Kitty. Another rare autograph. There you have the Mongols, signed by Nikolai Volkov, the late great Nikolai, as Beppo Mongol. An autograph that he did not sign that often, that's for sure. Also signed by Molly Holly. The late great Mr. Fuji and the late great Mr. Saito, autographed by both. And then also the solo page of Mr. Fuji, autographed. The Mountie, Jacques Rougeau. Mr. Ken Kennedy. And the solo page of Mr. Saito. There you have a very rare autograph, The Mystery Man, which was Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Up here it's the Nation of Domination, signed by Kama Mustafa, signed by Ron Simmons, signed by D'Lo Brown. Got Blackjack, Barry Windham. Got the New Age Outlaws, signed by both Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg. Got Bob Holly, one half of the new Midnight Express. Roddy Piper. WWE In the Movies section, signed by Roddy Piper. The main page for Nikolai Volkov, former WWE diva Nydia. And there you have the NWO section, signed by Kevin Nash. There you have the late great Luna Vachon once again on the Oddities page, along with Kurgan of the Oddities. Again, this book was released in 2008. There you have the late outlaw Ron Bass. The late Paul Bearer. Papa Shango. The Patriot, Delbert Welks. Paul London. And then the tag team of Kendrick and London, signed by Paul London as well. Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Fantasio was only in the WWE for a very short period of time. There's a classic one, The Piper's Pit, signed by Roddy Piper, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. There you have P.J. Walker autographed. Primo. The Powers of Pain, Warlord and Barbarian. And all members of PMS, Jacqueline, Terry Reynolds, Ryan Shamrock, and Sean Stasiak, a.k.a. Meat. There you have Alex the Pug Porteau, Jacques of the Quebecers, the Bad Guy, Razor Ramon, Rhythm and Blues section signed by the Honky Tonk Man. We've also got the Repo Man as well. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, right on the main page. The Model Rick Martel. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. To the right you have Rikishi. And to the left you have a rare autograph of the Good Father, from the Right to Censor. The Road Dog from D-Generation X. Roadkill. Former women's champion Rockin' Robin. Mankind for the Rock and Sock connection. And then there you have Rockabilly as well. The late great soul man, Rocky Johnson. The late Roddy Piper, right on the main page. Former ECW star Sabu. Ryan Shamrock. Saba Simba, formerly known as Tony Atlas. There you have the Sandman. Samula. We also have Samu. Scotty Too Hottie. Scotty Goldman, Colt Cabana. Savio Vega. Sergeant Slaughter. At ease, Joe. Sergeant Slaughter. And he drew a little image there. And he wrote WWE Champion. The Franchise, Shane Douglas. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, right on the main page. Shelton Benjamin. There you have Simon Dean. The late Sir Oliver Humperdinck. The Snake Pit, signed by Jake the Snake Roberts. Gene Snitsky autograph as well. There you have Spike Dudley autograph. And you also have the Spirit Squad. You have Mikey. You have Dolph Ziggler. And Kenny Dykstra as well. The Stalker, Barry Windham. The Lariat, Stan Hansen. Steel Cage match signed by Superfly Jimmy Snuka. And the Steiner Brothers page signed by Rick Steiner. Here you have the strap match signed by Jerry the King Lawler. Strike Force signed by both Rick Martel and Tito Santana. Chief J Strongbow autograph. How about the Sultan? Autographed by the Sultan and his manager, the Iron Sheik. Sonny, 2011 Hall of